Well, welcome back to Better Living. I am here now with Lance Dasher. He is from, I'm going to say it again, it's a mouthful, it's the Toledo Metropolitan Area Council of Governments. I only had to glance down at my paper once that time. We are going to talk about Bike Month. Tell us first, what is Bike Month?
Bike Month is a national month. It's nationally a month of awareness for bicycling, and it's to promote bicycling as an alternative mode of transportation. So through Bike Month, we have different events, whether it's Bike to Work Day, which is today, and it's raining, which is depressing.
That kind of stinks.
But we also have, like, tomorrow is Bike to the Farmers Market, so try to get people on their bikes, show that they can ride their bike to, like, farmers market, grocery store, something like that, for alternative transportation. You don't have to utilize the vehicle as much.
It's a great idea, and for a variety of reasons, partially because it's good exercise. It's good for us to do that. But the other reason is because it's good for our environment.
That's very true. If you utilize your bike more, then you can get out of the vehicle more. You're saving emissions from your car. You're saving money from spending on gas. And it's just, like you said, health reasons.
It would do amazing things to my budget if I wasn't filling up that gas tank so often.
That's true. And there's one thing that we're doing with Bike Month is this week, ending on Sunday, the TARTA is utilizing their bike racks. So if you utilize their bike racks, you just take your bike on at a bus stop, you'll have a fare of 25 cents. So you can bike a certain distance, then ride the bus for the other distance, so you're saving all sorts of money that way.
Well, you bring up TARTA, and that's a good thing. I mean, it is Bike Month, and I want to talk about bikes, but that's another good alternative to use that does also help if we're all using the bus system. It's better than a lot of cars, and that also is a little more economical, too.
That is very true. With TARTA, as it being part of being a metropolitan planning organization as TMACOG is, we have a responsibility to promote alternative transportation. So we like how we're getting bikes onto buses and getting all sorts of modes combined to get people out of their cars and utilizing those alternative modes.
Now, you call it TMACOG. That's much more, that's much easier than my whole Toledo Metropolitan Area Council of Governments.
That's why we give it the acronym.
Yeah, but mine kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit. I don't know. Okay, so let's talk about this. This is a good question you mentioned to me, because I have often wondered this. Should people be riding their bikes on the sidewalks? Because I so often see them on the roads, and I think, oh, what are you doing? There's a sidewalk right there. To me, the sidewalk seems safer, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, it depends on the age group. I mean, little children that are, 5, 6 years old, just learning how to ride a bike, they're going to be going slower, and so sidewalks will probably be a better fit. But if you're a more avid cyclist, you're going, 12, 15 mile an hour, the street is definitely safer. We've done safety studies where we're looking at bicyclists that have been hit in corridors, and it's usually them riding on a sidewalk more than half the time, and they're coming up to an intersection and there's a car pulling out, and the car is not looking in a certain direction. So we see a lot of accidents with bicyclists on sidewalks, so we utilize the roadway, because bikes are a vehicle by Ohio law. And if you go to our website, tmacog.org, there's a Drive Your Bike brochure, and it has, it gives you ideas of how you're supposed to drive your bike, because you utilize it as a vehicle.
And so if it's being utilized as a vehicle, then it should be going with the flow of traffic and not against the flow of traffic.
That's correct. The same rules apply with a car as it does a bicycle. That's
good to know, because I think that's another thing when you're growing up. For some reason, back in the old days when I was a kid, when we only had black and white TVs, it was the other way, that we should be going against the grain of traffic, and so that's obviously not the case anymore. So the other question, should we be wearing helmets? Are helmets the law?
Helmets are not the law in the state of Ohio, but you should always wear a helmet, especially when you're riding in the street. You never know what's going to happen. Accidents happen all the time, whether you're in a car, bicycle, or walking. It's just a fact of life. It happens, so it's better to be prepared and wear a helmet.
I got this thing about my face and my head and pavement. I prefer to have something between them and the pavement,
Yeah, you only get one brain, so you want to protect it.
And honestly, I don't have much of one of those, so I would prefer to keep it as safe as possible. How can I practice riding in traffic, or can I practice that?
Yeah, there's, like I said, the Drive Your Bike brochure on our website will tell you how you should ride your bike in traffic. And one resource that we always tell people to go to the local bike shops. They really know what they're doing, and they can give you different ideas of where to ride and what roads to stay away from and how to really learn how to drive your bike in traffic.
All right, well, they've got these really cool, how do you say it?
TMACOG.
TMACOG. TMACOG t-shirts for Bike Month. Let's try and save the ozone, do everything that we can, because I don't know about you, but I like to breathe clean air. I know that's a crazy thought. You can go to their website for more information as well, and don't ride your bike today, maybe, but, you know, this weekend or maybe, you know, beginning of the week, you can do that. We'll be right back on Better Living.